everybody, I'm mcvisuals and today I'm back with a brand new Doctor Who review type video. Today we are talking about a brand new Doctor Who video game called Doctor Who The Lonely Assassins. It's just been released as of today. It's on the App Store now, it's on Steam right now, and you can play it. I was lucky enough to get a review copy of this last night to have a bit of a play around with. I've only played about an hour or so of gameplay, which I did record, so there might be some clips in this video. But I thought I'd give my thoughts on the game as is at the moment and whether it's worth your time or not. The game is made by Maze Theory, the same people who worked on The Edge of Time, the virtual reality game that was released last year. Very good effort from them, and it's great to see them continuing with their Doctor Who license. I absolutely love to see what these guys do. They've got a lot of creativity and a lot of passion for the brand, and it's great to see some proper Doctor Who games after so many years of not having many. Yes, we had LEGO Dimensions. Yes, we had Doctor Who Infinity or whatever it was called. But it's been a long time since we've had some like solid, proper, high-budget Doctor Who games, and this is absolutely no exception to that. So first we'll talk about the story, then the characters, then the bits I liked, then the bits I didn't like. And yeah, so let's start with the story. So the genre of the game is a found phone story. You basically open up the app and you have got a virtual phone on there. It's someone else's phone, it's not your phone, it's a phone belonging to Larry, who you may recognise from the 2007 episode Blink, a great character in that episode, and it's great to see him back into the Doctor Who universe again for another story. The same actor as well, which is even cooler. You start getting messages from Osgood, who again you may recognise, and you start uncovering a mystery. Larry has gone missing, he's disappeared from the face of the earth, and nobody knows why. You've been delivered his phone for some reason, and you're communicating with Osgood and whoever else to kind of work out what's happened to Larry. There's a few surprises along the way, a few twists, lots of Easter eggs, lots of references, so yeah, I don't want to give too much away and I don't want to talk too much about the story because I feel like it's something that has to be experienced. It's not something that I'm thinking about playing on the channel because it's not that type of game. It's a kind of personal experience and it's one that you kind of want to have yourself. Not the kind of experience you want talked about in a video and sort of told about or online or anything. So try and avoid spoilers where you can and play it and enjoy it in your own time because I think that's the best way to take in this specific game. The way the gameplay works is, again, as I said, a found phone type thing. So you're using a phone interface, you're interacting with Osgood, that's the main stream of the game. You've got texts coming in from Osgood, and you basically find responses that suit that. You can also use the phone and new things unlock the more you play. So you can go through Larry's gallery, you can go through his emails, you can go through his text messages, you can go through his internet history, and you can sort of search up different things and uncover more information which unlocks more about the story. It is very story focused, it's not gameplay focused. But it's a mobile app. I didn't want a Doctor Who version of Angry Birds. You want this sort of game that is actually going to tell a story because that's what Doctor Who's about, and I quite like that this didn't shy away from that. It's trying to tell a story using the medium of video games, but it's a very well constructed story and it's a very enjoyable story as well that has a lot in there for fans of most Doctor Who eras, especially New Who, I'd say. And that's one thing I really liked about it, is it does actually have this thing where it combines all of the sort of modern eras. You've got bits of Russell T Davies era, obviously, because you've got Blink, you've got Larry, you've got references to Sally Sparrow, you've got obviously Larry's sister, Nightingale, who disappeared because obviously she got touched by a Weeping Angel. You've got Wester Drumlins, which is a big theme in this as well as the Weeping Angels, of course, being the main monsters in this. You've got Osgood, who obviously comes from the Stephen Moffat era, and then you've got Unit, which obviously sort of divulges into the Moffat era as well, but it also spills into the Chibnall era because it talks about how Unit's been disbanded as well, and why it's been disbanded, kind of, a little bit, referencing that, and linking it also into Time Lord Victorious with the Time Fracture references as well. So there's actually a lot of stuff in there. There's also hints towards Sarah Jane Adventures, and then maybe hints towards Torchwood and Class. I am not aware of that yet because I haven't got that far into it, but it is very well put together. It is very, very well put together, and it's clearly made with a lot of love and a lot of passion. There's a few new characters in there, and all of them are compelling and interesting and fit well within the Doctor Who universe, and yeah. The thing I love most about this game is it plays with a lot of different formats. You've got the sort of mobile phone thing, but it could be a lot more boring, is what I mean, is that. And what I mean by that is sort of, it's got live action footage. They went out to the Wester Drumlins house, or whatever the actual location's called, and they filmed new stuff with Weeping Angel costumes and stuff, with Osgood, with Larry. Like, they had these people back to do these specially shot scenes for this game, and I love that. I genuinely respect that so much. I think that's brilliant. And I think that really adds to it, to have those moments with some security footage and with all this sort of thing. It really connects you into that world. Now, I played the game on Steam, And if I'm going to recommend anything, I would say play it on your phone, do not play it on Steam. And the only reason I'd say that is because I put it on Steam because I wanted to get a good game capture so I could record some of the gameplay and potentially use it in this review video. But I feel like with my gameplay just being a sort of mobile phone in the middle with a nice cool background, I think it would work better and be more immersive on a mobile phone. So if you're not really sure which one to get, I would suggest the mobile phone is probably the better of the two options. But yeah, it's a great experience, it's very immersive, it's great for Doctor Who fans. What I will say is, for me personally, who is quite a big video game fan, the gameplay can be a little tedious. It's not a traditional video game in that sense, where you're actually going around and doing stuff and experiencing all this. It's like not a traditional video game, nor is it a traditional mobile game, but it's definitely not the first of this genre. So if it's the kind of thing you're interested in, this sort of uncovering a mystery, it's more about the story, it's definitely worth it. I think it's something like $2.99, $3.99 or something on the App Store and the Android Store, and that's absolutely, like, totally 100% worth it. That is such a good price for what is so brilliantly made. Yes, it's a mobile app. Yes, it's a sort of found phone type game, but the stories in it and the sort of references, you'll get a lot out of it. And if you like Doctor Who and you're a fan of Doctor Who, mainly the modern era, I don't know if it references much of Classic Who yet, but the modern era especially, if you're a fan of that, then there's definitely something in here for you, whether you like the Chibnall era, whether you like the Moffat era, whether you like the Russell T Davies era, you're going to get something no matter what. Like, you're going to really get something out of this, and I think that's a huge part of it. So if you are interested in potentially considering it, hope this review's been a bit more of an answer. It's definitely a good game, it's definitely worth playing. If you're doing it for the story and you want to get it for a good story, then get it. If you're thinking more of the gameplay, maybe have a think around, maybe see some of the gameplay first and see if that's for you. But I think it's a solid crack at a Doctor Who game, and probably one of the best ones we've had in a long time. I haven't yet played The Edge of Time, I'm hoping to at some point, but I haven't quite got round to it yet. But I've heard that's pretty good as well. But again, that's two solid Doctor Who games in a row, The Edge of Time and The Lonely Assassins, and both from Maze Theory. So hopefully we can keep supporting these guys, and hopefully they can keep making some really stellar Doctor Who games. So, on that note, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you leave a like. Thanks again to Maze Theory for sending me a review copy of this game to sort of play beforehand, before the actual launch of the game. Comment below for any more suggestions in the future, subscribe with notifications on if you haven't already. Check out the Patreon page, Twitter, Instagram, all that sort of stuff linked in the description below. And I'll see you all next time. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.